Hey, welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage. Well, folks, we are busy working here on our Chevelle, and what we're doing is we're going to convert it from the old carbureted system up to a brand new fuel injection system. I got Derek Borders here with Quick Fuel Technologies, who's got their new QFI fuel injection system here, which is what we're putting on. But before we started, we had a few things we had to do underneath. And Sam, show them what we've done under here.
Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to give the system some information, so they supply you with a wideband heated oxygen sensor, which is really neat. Maintains your air-fuel ratio just perfectly. Now, most of the time what you have to do is get a bung, drill a hole, and weld it on. Quick Fuel Technology supplies you with this really nice little bracket here, and you have a sealing gasket. You make your hole according to the instructions, a couple of stainless steel clamps. You tighten that up, it seals, it does a great job, so you can do it in your driveway at home, even if you don't have a welder. If you want to weld it, you can, but you can always take it to a muffler shop, whatever. And the other thing I've done is I mounted the electric fuel pump here, and this is a turbine pump, a high-quality pump. You want it below the level of the fuel tank, run up here, and of course I got a filter that comes with the kit. So we got the pump and the filter. And then the other thing we had to do was put a return line and a vent in the fuel tank. You drop the tank, put your accessories in, put it back together, and we're in pretty good shape here, Davey.
Okay, now, Derek, let's take a look at what we have here, what we're going to be putting in here. Now, this is a QFI system. Tell me a little bit about it.
Basically, it's a complete system that we've incorporated in as far as the install. It comes with all your lines and fittings to do the complete install. And just like he said, here's the actual pump and filter comes with the system. And explain to you also the actual bung for the O2 sensor, which is a clamp-on, drill and clamp-on system. Comes with your complete harness, which is labeled. Also, as far as simple hookup, having the labels on it makes it simpler in regards to where each wire goes and what features that they actually hook up to.
And you got your computers here.
Right. It comes also with a handheld controller, which can do your basic tuning features in regards to initial setup. That can be in the car or outside the car. We suggest having it in the car because you can actually use this as a monitoring device also.
That's cool.
And also, like he said, too, it does come with a return style regulator and gauge, which is involved in the plumbing, like he explained to you, on the return side going back to the tank.
And then you got your module here, right?
Correct.
The brains of the outfit.
Exactly. This is actually the driver that can go under the hood. We suggest it going on there because that simplifies the hookup as far as the harnesses going to the actual throttle body unit itself.
All right, now let's take a look at the throttle body, though. That's what's really neat, because you got two different styles here.
Right. Basically, what we've done in regards to this is we have a silver finish and our new black diamond coated finish also. Both units are the same CFM. They're 950 CFM. Something else that we've done also in regards to the complete unit, if you look on this, it does come with the dual feed line also.
That's good. That's nice. I like that. Okay, and you can remove these Venturis too.
Right, and on down the road, we've done this and designed to be able to, if we want to decrease or increase CFM on down the road for other units, we'll be able to do that.
Okay, well, you can see, folks, we have a complete system here, and I like it, and also it comes with all the instructions. And once again, we say it all the time, when you get something like this, sit down and spend a little bit of time going through this. It'll keep you out of trouble and answer a lot of questions. Okay, Sam, you done under there?
I'm ready to set it down there, bud.
All right, buddy, let's drop this thing down.
It's a pretty nice little throttle stop here, isn't it?
I think we can use that, can't we?
Oh, absolutely. And the return lines. Make sure you don't drop anything down there.
Hold on here. Hold on here. Let me get the nut off, bud.
I'm always waiting on him. I'm always waiting on him.
That's all right. Okay, lift it up. Now, the washers are on here.
Well, don't drop the washers down the intake.
Well, lift it up here. I can slide them off. There we go. There's one. Here's the other one. You're free. Go.
You scare me. All right, so we take off this carburetor and this gasket here. That hasn't been on long. Look at how nice and clean that is.
Looks good.
Yep.
Hey, it looks like we can probably reuse this throttle bracket here.
Yep.
Looks good. Okay, now, what Sam has done is he has run these lines up here, the fuel lines up, so it makes it easier for a guy like me to reach down in here and get them. And what we're going to do is, here's our regulator. We're going to mount it right here on this firewall. That way it's in a good spot easy to get to.
Nice to have an adjustable fuel pressure regulator. And if you look at the base of this thing, it's got a double bolt pattern, and of course that double bolt pattern, it'll fit a 4150 or a 4500 both,
Correct,
right?
correct.
Okay, and it bolts right on in place of the carburetor, hooks up to your stock manifold linkage. You just got to know what you're doing here. There we go. And then we can put our return line, and you supply the gaskets in the kit, right?
Correct, correct.
All right. Davey, you got the nuts and washers on that side?
All right, you got the nuts over there. I gave those to you, but I do have the washers, buddy. There you go.
I will. Here's some needle. Oh, yes. That looks good. Got a nice gasket there.
There we go.
Thing of beauty.
All I have to do now is go ahead and plug this in. And
Nice.
what's nice is that all snaps together nicely. You can't really make a mistake with this. Okay, Derek, I think we're ready for the controller now. And while you're getting that, I'll go ahead and hook up our fuel rails.
We got a feed line that comes up. The feed line comes up to here. That's your high pressure from the pump. Goes through the system, out the other side, over to the fuel regulator, which is adjustable, has a gauge on it. You know, you always have your pressure regulator in the end of the line, and then the return goes back to the tank, and we're in pretty good shape. So if you
Okay.
get those
Let me
tightened
go
up,
get
don't have
some-
any leaks, we'll be in good shape.
Yep. Okay. All right. We're set here.
Yes.
All right. So now what's the trick on this, Derek?
Basically, when an initial setup, you'll go through, it'll ask you engine displacement, what your target air fuel is on the self-learn progress, and then also the compression of the engine, your idle RPM, your target idle RPM, and it goes through different levels and steps of asking base questions to get your initial startup before you actually do the self-learning progress.
All right, you got enough information in there for us to fire it up?
Absolutely.
All right, Davey, watch fuel pressure there, buddy.
Now we're starting to get it.
It's starting to prime.
No leaks?
Not yet.
All right, let's give it a fire up here. Let's hold on a second. So all we need to do now is let this thing warm up, take it for a ride and learn it, right?
Absolutely.
Now, we got a red light on over there. What's that all about?
Yeah, tell me about that.
Actually, what it's doing right now is after your initial programming, once the self-learn starts, it's initializing it in the actual brain to remember what your air fuel and all your programming is.
Okay, so you got to wait for that to go out before you refire?
Right, exactly. Before you try to restart it, that way it actually, I guess you'd say, embeds what you just done or programmed in it in the
Locks it in.
system.